Assalamualaikum. My name is NURUL NABILAH. My matric number 280905. I will explain about MFRS 108. According to MFRS 110, accounting policies changes in accounting estimate and error. The standard shall be applied when first, there are changes in accounting policies. Number 2, changes in accounting estimate. And number 3, correction of pure period error. MFRS 16 superseded MFRS 117 leases is one of MFRS 108. Based on report, TRC Senator Berhad, Tanjung Motor Holding Berhad, TDM Berhad and TSH Resources Berhad had reported a replacement of MFRS 117 leases to MFRS 16 leases in 2019. All of them applied MFRS 16 using the modified retrospective approach, under which the cumulative effect of initial application is recognized as an adjustment to retained earning. There is also some impact of changes arising from the adoption of MFRS 16. Is set up such as in 2018, PPE has recorded 2,479,340 and the adoption of PPE MFRS 16 are 199,875. Then, in 2019, the PPE has recorded 2,679,215. Next, in 2018, right of use asset was not recorded, but it has adopted for 2019 and it is 514. Then you can see the same thing happen to total equity. The only difference is that the adoption is negative. Next, MFRS 108 is MFRS 9 replaces provision of MFRS 139 financial instrument. Based on report, TRC Synergy Berhad, Tanjung Motor Holding Berhad, TDM Berhad and TSH Resources Berhad has reported a replacement of MFRS 9 to MFRS 139 financial instrument recognized and measurement. This group generally applied the accounting policies retrospective and have elected not to restate the comparative. For an example, the initial measurement under MFRS 139 and the new measurement categorized under MFRS 9 for Tanjung Motor Holding Berhad. As you can see, for financial assets such as other investment, trade and other receivable, deposit and cash equivalent, the classification under MFRS 139 of all of them are loan and receivable, and the classification under MFRS 9 for other investment is mandatorily at FVTPL, while other are amortized costs. For financial liabilities such as borrowing and payable and accrual, the classification under MFRS 139 of them are other financial liability, while classification under MFRS 9 are amortized costs.
Hi, my name is AINA SYAZWANI BINTI SAINI, matric number 280735. I will talk about disclosure of MFRS 110. According to MFRS 110, events after the reporting period are those events may be adjusted or not that occurred between the end of the accounting period and the date when the financial statement are authorized for issue. Adjusting event is an event that provides evidence of condition that existed at the reporting date and it requires adjustment, while non-adjusting events refers to those that are indicative of condition that occurred after the reporting date. They do require disclosure but not adjustment. IGM Corporation Berhad prepare its financial statement on 31st March every year. In the annual report 2018 and 2019, IGM Corporation Berhad does not record any events that need to be disclosed or adjusted. But in annual report 2020, IGM had recorded a non-adjusting event, as the event happened after the reporting date. Although it does not affect the financial statement in 2020, it does require disclosure in the notes to the account of 2020 financial statement. TRC Synergy Berhad prepare its financial statement on 31st December every year. TRC Synergy Berhad reported one event on each 2018, 2019 and 2020. The event considered as non-adjusting events on each year as the event happened after the reporting date. Although it does not affect the financial statement in that particular year, it does require disclosure in the notes to the account of the financial statement. Tan Chong Motor Holdings Berhad prepare its financial statement on 31st December every year. Tan Chong Motor Holdings Berhad reported 2 events on 2018, 3 events on 2019, and 1 event on 2020. All of these events considered as non-adjusting events as the event happened after the reporting date. Although it does not affect the financial statement in that particular year, it does require disclosure in the notes to the account of the financial statement. TDM Berhad prepare its financial statement on 31st December every year. TDM Berhad reported 1 event on 2018 and 3 events on 2019. All of these events considered as non-adjusting event as the event happened after the reporting date. It does not affect the financial statement in the particular year, but the company need to disclose them in the notes to the account of the financial statement. In the annual report 2020, TDM Berhad does not record any events that need to be disclosed or adjusted. TSH Resources Berhad prepare its financial statement on 31st December every year. TSH Resources Berhad reported 2 events on 2018, an event on 2019, and 3 events on 2020. In 2018 and 2019, those events considered as non-adjusting event as the event happened after the reporting date. In 2020, those 3 events considered as non-adjusting events because 1 event happened after the reporting date while the other 2 events does not have any evidence showing that the event had existed at the end of the reporting period. All of these events does not affect the financial statement and it does require disclosure in that particular year. In conclusion, our selected companies have the information related to disclosure of MFRS 110 in their annual report. All of them had non-adjusting events as some of the events occurred after the reporting date and some of them do not have evidence showing that the event had existed at the end of the reporting period.
Assalamualaikum and hi, my name is Dayana binti MOHAMAD NAZIR, metric number 280792. According to MFRS 116, cost model and revaluation model can be chosen when creating accounting policies for subsequent measurement of PPE items. Firstly, cost model can be carried at its initial cost less any accumulated depreciation and impairment loss. There are 3 companies that use the cost model to report the amount of PPE, which are TRC Synergy Berhad, TDM Berhad, and TSH Resources Berhad. Next, revaluation model can be carried at the revalued amount less any accumulated depreciation and any accumulated impairment loss. AJM Corporation Berhad and Tan Chong Motor Holdings Berhad employ the revaluation model to report the amount of PPE in their annual report. According to MFRS 136, impairment losses is a recognized reduction in the current amount of an asset that is triggered by a decline in its fair value. Impairment loss exists in IJM Corporation Berhad in 2020, Tan Chong Motor Holdings Berhad in 2018 until 2020, TDM Berhad in 2018 and 2019, as well as TSH Resources Berhad in 2018. Because of that, there is only significant difference in impairment losses in Tan Chong Motor Holdings Berhad disclosed between years before and during COVID-19. Reversal of impairment losses is when an asset has been impaired. There is a possibility that in future, circumstances change favorably for the impaired asset. There are reversal of impairment loss in TDM Berhad in 2020 and TSH Resources Berhad in 2019.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Muhammad AMIRUL bin Muhammad Noor and my metric number is 280831. Following that, I will continue describe about the projects we are doing for key audit matters. The major audit matters are those that were most relevant in of the groups and company financial account for the current financial year. These concerns were addressed as part of their audit of the groups and company financial statement, and in forming their judgment, they do not offer a separate opinion on this topic. According to the finding of our research, each organisation pool had different key audit matters during the course of 3 years. The following are some of the key audit matters that each organisation follow. The first company we will see is at AJM Corporation Berhad. AJM Corporation Berhad has 4 key audit matters, namely revenue and cost recognition, impairment assessment of interest in joint venture, recoverability of trade receivable, and the last is recoverability of the carrying amount of the property development cost and complete development units. The next company is TRC Synergy Berhad. TRC Synergy Berhad has three key audit matters which are as follow: revenue and cost recognition, contingent liability due to material litigation, and loss provision due to material litigation. The third company we will look at is Tanjung Motor Holding Berhad. Tanjung Holding Berhad also has three key audit matters. The first is valuation of inventory, valuation of higher purchase receivable, and the last is accounting treatment of customer audit. The fourth company is TDM Berhad. TDM Berhad has key audit matters, namely payment of amount due from subsidiaries, impairment assessment of the carrying amount of investment in subsidiaries, impairment assessment of non-financial assets, and acquisition of subsidiaries. The last company is THS Resources Berhad. THS Resources Berhad has four key audit matters, namely adoption of MFRS 1, first time adoption of Malaysia Financial Reporting Standard, and agriculture-based bearing plans, from amendments to MFRS 11C and MFRS 141. Net is impairment of trade receivable and plasma receivable, impairment of amount due from subsidiaries, and the last is impairment assessment of the carrying amount of investment in subsidiaries.
Hello, I am Archana. My metric number is 280251. I'm going to present about regression. Our group, we decided to see the relation between return of asset with MFRS 110 to 5 main companies for the past 3 years, start with 2018 to 2020. So let's take a look at output of regression statistic. First and foremost, we wanted to say something about the model. So we can look at the R square, which is 97%, and what this means is 12 variable of MFRS 110 explain about 97% of variance in the dependent variable, and again that would be the measurable of financial asset. I continue with second table, which is NOVA. The model significant that F statistic is p-value, we can see from the below. Let's see the actual variable of p-value. We can see the p-value for the MFRS 110 1 until 12, except MFRS 110 6, 7, 10 and 12, which I highlighted as a red color. All the statistics significant to 99% of confidence level. That is very good. That allowed us actually to look at the coefficient and say something about the model of predictable same point. Well, the interception is 0.0069. Of course, that would be the line best fit for the interception y-axis if we come up with the graph. And we see from MFRS 110 is 0.029, which is positively coefficient, while MFRS 1102 is negative 0.018, which is negatively coefficient. And continue with other MFRS 110, which has contained data of negative and positive coefficient. Let's see some of it. What does it mean individually? First and foremost, for the MFRS 1101, we have positive coefficient of 0.029. That means each subsequent event increases in MFRS 110, the ROA will go up by 0.029. Even more significant from the data is MFRS 1109, while less significant is MFRS 1107. That's all from me.